Double, you see me again. I wanted to make it really quick. It's not even gonna be that long. Favorites video. Okay. Listen. So the month of July has been crazy. Okay. Crazy, crazy, crazy with a capital C. So I just want to go into my favorite decks of month, crystals I've been working with, the chakra I've been working with, and I think that's about it. And my scent of the month. That's it. It's gonna be really quick. I pretty much the business and update and what's been going on and all that stuff is gonna be in part 1. This is part 2. My actual favorite things of July. One of my favorite things of July, even though I got it really late in the month. Okay, I have to start with my little obsession. So I've always been someone who loves routine. I love a good old routine. I'm very, 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 very predictable. Extremely, extremely predictable. Okay, I'm someone who, listen, I'm just predictable. I don't know how else to say it. So one of my favorite things that I've really, really loved working with this month, the decks that I've loved working with this month. Sorry, I'm just so annoying right now. And just always enjoy, but you know, especially like if I'm thinking about this month, so on and so forth. Okay. Sorry, okay. Alright, so oracles. I found a new love for them. I used to not have any love for them. Psychic Tarot of the Heart. Obsessed. I love you. Love this deck. Listen, it's gorgeous. I love it. So I've been really loving working with the Psychic Tarot of the Heart for myself. I'm actually starting to like to use stuff for myself and other people. Okay, so I've used this in readings with clients, on myself, finding any excuse to use this deck. Completely and utterly love the Psychic Tarot of the Heart. Next deck. Actually, this I use secondary to this is the most. If I'm going to use any oracle deck on a reading, this is usually my first choice. This will be my second choice. I have to be drawn to use it, but I do use it quite often. This is my first most used. This is my second most used oracle deck. Both of these decks I had before, got rid of them. What was I thinking? What was I thinking? So, hello, love this deck. Use it on myself and clients. Love it. I'm mainly a tarot person, but if I am going to use an oracle card in a reading, this is what I'm pulled to use. This is my working oracle deck. And I use this like there is no set, like I don't rotate these monthly or anything like that. I use these whenever I'm drawn to use them. Like I have them in a beautiful wooden box, and then when I'm drawn to use my working decks, I use them. So I keep my working decks in a wooden box. I don't use tarot bags, only for the decks that I don't use all the time. I like to keep them in my reading desk. They're right there on a shelf. They're all in boxes. That way, no, you know, I have younger children. No grubby hands are getting into my decks. This is like the third. Not even. This is the least used, but I still use it for readings. I just have to be like drawn to it. And this is Healing with the Angels, I believe, by Doreen Virtue. Or Angel Therapy, one of those. This is a Doreen Virtue. I don't have the box, so I can't really tell you exactly what the name of this one is. But I love working with this one as well. I use this one sparingly because a lot of her decks are going out of print. So, and talking about decks going out of print, I recently found an entire box of Doreen Virtual decks, and some of them are out of print and very new looking. So I don't really use them. I am going to be selling those. Y'all can say I'm a bad person or not, but I'm gonna sell it to a collector. Yes. But I'm gonna keep the ones that I still like to use. So, but the ones that like already used and worn and stuff, and more nostalgia. But some of them, I have no loyalties to Doreen Virtue. I will sell it. Okay, I will auction them off. Hey, but yeah, I will. Yeah. So I will be doing a video on that too. If anybody's interested in purchasing some out of print Doreen Virtue decks. Found a whole box of them, so I will be doing that in the future. And then I'm gonna show you the ones I'm gonna keep just for fun. So we'll do a DV collection video. So yes, Healing with the Angels, I believe, or Angel Therapy is this one. I don't have the box. These are the backs, and I love these. These are like, you know, they're still kind of semi-new because I use it sparingly, because I believe this is one of the ones that are out of print, if I'm not mistaken. The third most used oracle deck is this one for professional readings. Love this one. Okay, this one gives you like soul messages and things like that. So this is like messages from your spirit guides. If you're really interested in any of these decks, I will find out the actual names of them, but I believe it's messages from your spirit guide. Love it because it has shadow, negative messages, positive messages. It's very raw. So if I'm motivated to use a oracle deck, I will use this one. This one is very blunt, so it's depending on what type of reading I'm gonna do, I would pull this one out. So that's for oracle. As far as tarot, I have been using this one. For more of the spiritual readings, more of the specialized readings. This is one of the decks that I use for that. So I use this a lot for specialized readings. And this is the Chakra Tarot by Tori Hartmann, I think that's her name. The one that made the Chakra Oracle cards, which I didn't like, but I do like her tarot. I don't use the guidebook. I kind of just read this intuitively. And I have a specialized reading. So this deck doesn't feel like an everyday yes, no, you know, everyday type of question. I use this more as a spiritual, energetic, angel messages, spiritual court investigative readings, that kind of stuff. So this has more of that type of feel for me. I have assigned my own meanings to this deck. I read this deck however I want to, so I'm not going by tarot meanings and all that. Like, this is a completely different, I read this my own way. I do that with some decks. Like, I assign meanings to stuff. It works for me. I give amazing readings with it. My clients love me. Like, I do my own thing. So this is like, I do my own thing with it, and I do spiritual readings with it. So yeah. And then for working decks, last but not least, like what I've been loving, I recently bought this, but I had to include it. This is definitely a working deck. I've been giving readings since I got this deck. I didn't like this deck when it had the stupid gold edges. I'm not a gold edgy person. I hated the cardboardy cardstock. It was so hard to shuffle. This is thinner. Okay, I do like my tarot decks on the thinner side. My clients, when I do occasionally pull a card or something, they're like, oh my god, the deck is beautiful, and they ask me about it. But I love this deck. Like, it has diversity. It's very traditional, very right-away Smith, which is what I love. Yeah, some of the cards are like this card, like, look at his hair, look at, you know, the lady's like, oh, and he's like, oh, like, it's, you know, it's dramatic. But I don't care. Like, I love this deck so much. Okay, I love all the details. You can get lost in the cards. I have amazing readings. I'm very surprised because when I first purchased this deck, I could not connect with it. I got this deck years ago. Ended up gifting it because I used it in such a little bit of times that it was like brand new. Like it looked brand new. Like it was never used. I was like, it's too much. Like I'm not into it. I'm not into the art style. This is not my particular art style. But I don't know. Like something told me to buy it. Like I had a dream to repurchase it, and I was like, oh. So I repurchased it. I'm obsessed. Definitely going to be a working deck for me. I love it because it fits all my boxes. It's traditional Rider-Waite. It doesn't stray away from the Rider-Waite. You know, guys, I'm obsessed with the Rider-Waite and Rider-Waite clones. It has that going for it. It's colorful. It's beautiful in its own way. Not all of the Photoshop is done perfectly, but there's so much better things about this deck than not. It's so colorful, so I love, you know, if a chakra comes up in a reading or anything, like the colors, they really hit my psyche. Like it brings me to that place, like all the other working decks that I have. Like it's definitely a deck that I want to keep working with. I've just been using it non-stop. I love the coloration. I love that it has diversity. It's my first Rider-Waite clone that I like, that this is not modern, because I love ancient times. I love that this has like an Asian dynasty. This has Middle Eastern dynasty. This has Irish dynasty. This has European dynasty. This has African dynasty. You know, there's brown people, there's black people, there's Asian people, there's Caucasian people. Like I love to see, you know, different people of different cultures in a deck. Like I love that. Like look at the pentacle suit, guys. Like there's diversity in this deck. There's symbolism, you know. It's just, it's gorgeous. Like and this is one of my favorite cards. Like she literally embodies to me, you know, Shun energy, the sunflowers, the fire, her color of her clothes, the green, the yellows, the oranges in the background. Like literally, the ancestors, the spirit, my spirit guides, they speak to me. Like I'm mad excited. I love Tarot Illuminati. I'm glad that I gave this deck a second chance. Like I'm in love, and I'm going to continue to work with it. It's not everybody's cup of tea, but you know what? That's why there's so many decks for so many different people. There's a deck for everybody. So I have my personal taste, and everybody has their, you know, there's readers that love contemporary art. That is just something that does not appeal to me, you know, and things like that. For personal decks, I don't mind that, but when it comes to even decks that have too much of a theme, I don't really like reading with them for clients. You know, like mermaid decks and stuff, I could read with them, but just not my thing with clients. For personal work, I finally moved on from the Mermaid Oracle and the Mermaid Tarot, and I'm using the Ozo Zen Tarot. These are the backs, and I'm still doing a weekly card pull, 3 cards and 1 oracle card and 1 oracle card from a different deck. So 5 card pull on a weekly basis. Daily draws absolutely do not work for me. I don't have the time, and they're not really necessary. When I do a weekly card pull, I'm actually doing predictive readings for myself. I don't really do like very highly spiritual readings for myself. I do like, you know, read on my business, read on myself. I do readings for myself. Same kind of readings I do mostly for clients. Pretty much I do the same thing for myself. Yes, no, predictions, time frames, such like that. And readings to like check on my magic and things like that for clients or for myself. As far as oracle decks go, I've been working with the Sacred Paths, and the deck looks like this. And I love this deck. I love the guidebook. It attracts dust for some reason, but yeah, I love this deck. It's beautiful. I usually hate shaman decks and shamanic decks. I hate them, but this one I actually like. Grace has this deck, and she has the animal medicine one, and I love both of them. So we have very similar deck taste. So usually when she talks about a deck, I look into it for the most part, because I like trust her taste, you know. I trust your taste. So this is one of the decks that I was inspired to buy because of Grace Farone's channel. So this one I got from a client, and I did a walkthrough of, and it's your Blind Spot Oracle Cards by Swan. And I pull this a card every week. Okay, I'm not using the tattoos in it. This one, you're gonna find the meanings of it in the guidebook. So the guidebook is everything. And I like it because it's the shadow side. So what do I need to work on for the week? Like, what type of energy do I need to work on? You know, what are the blockages that are preventing me from reaching certain goals and things like that? So I feel like this is a good one for, you know, tying everything together. Definitely using it for personal work. It's great. It's very abstract. Love the guidebook. So I've been having some really great readings with it still. And that's your blind spot. Oracle cards by Swan. And the last deck I'm going to talk about here, okay, is the Giant Rider-Waite. And finally, I've actually had time to sit down and study the cards. I'm studying a card a day, so I recently started doing that. Today's card is card 18, the Moon. And every day I pull a card, not like shuffling, like actually pulling a card and just sitting with it. Yes, I know the meanings of the cards, guys, but I like to study the symbology. I like to always, I never have that mind frame where, oh, I learned everything I need to know about tarot. No, I study tarot all the time. At least 4 to 5 times a week was what I was doing, and I wasn't able to do that lately because of all the classes. So it's been like a month or two where I haven't gotten to sit down and study, but I restarted that recently, in the last 18 days pretty much. And I've been pulling a card a day. So today is day 18 and the Moon. And so I'm going to sit with that energy. I'm going to study the symbology, so on and so forth. I really like doing that because I always like to better and better my gifts, improve my knowledge of tarot and things like that. I don't like recommending books because the few times that I have, the books didn't really connect with the person. I think tarot guidebooks, tarot decks, things like that, like I can give you an opinion, but you have to find the book that connects with you. I feel like read the reviews, do your research. You will find the right tarot guidebooks that, you know. The ones that I like are not even popular anyway, so. And some of the ones I have are actually out of print, so. Yeah, actually, yeah. I have like 2 of them, and I think they're both out of print anyways. So that's probably another reason why, like, a book goes out of print, they're really expensive. So they have newer books and stuff. So yeah, just try to find like the right book for you. And then, oh, another thing, I don't do tarot mentorships, not my passion. I've had people ask me for that, and I've actually refunded somebody who wanted to do that, which is not a service that I've ever put on my site, so I don't know why they thought that. I don't have a passion for teaching tarot because while I know the meanings of the book, I have my own style and my own way of teaching, and the few times I've tried to teach people that it doesn't resonate with them. So I feel like some people are meant to teach tarot. I'm just not one of them. I'm meant to teach ATRs and everything else spiritual, but like when it comes to tarot, it's really not a gift that I have, and I don't have the passion for teaching tarot because to me tarot isn't so academic. There's so many layers to it, and not everybody reads it academically or things like that. So I don't know if I'm the best teacher for that, and I just don't have the passion for it. So I just don't want to do it. Like, I really don't want to do it, to be honest. Like, let's just keep it real. I don't have a passion for it. I love reading with it, stuff, but teaching it, not my thing. I've been loving this coconut mango incense. Every time I do a reading, like, that's what I'm lighting this month. This is my thing. These last 2 weeks, obsessed. And my client got me this. She knows who she is, loving the cocoa mango. Because a lot of my experience from the ATR religions, coconut and mango are very sacred. So, crystals, heart chakra is what I've been working with. So, working with the serpentine crystal. Working with my baby Scully, doing some head work. Working with emerald. Working with my malachite. And Trile Sagate. Ooh, slippery. Bloodstone. I got this from a Catholic church. They were anointing crystals. And last but not least, working with green calcite. I love using calcite for chakra work. Okay, and wait, one more, sorry. And working with various pieces of raw rose quartz. So those are the crystals I've been working with the last 2 weeks. I bought a new holder and I love it. So I always like to use purple candles that I anoint and bless for readings. So this little purple candle. I love this little holder because I love angels. So I like to invite the angelic energy of the angels. In the future, I'm going to be doing a tour of my reading space. So I'll be doing that in the future when I actually have time. But yeah, so that's basically been it. And labradorite, forgot to mention that. Love labradorite. I've been using that too. Okay, that's about it for like decks and crystals and the chakras, the heart chakra, and my candle holder that I think is one of my favorite things this month. The cup that my client got me, the teacup that says you're awesome, that I keep showing on every video, favorite thing in the world. She knows who she is. Love my cup. Right now I have to wash it, so I kind of want to wrap up the video, but it has been one of my favorite things. I did not forget about it. And all the gifts you guys have sent me have been my favorite things. I adore you. I love you. Thank you so much, guys. Much love, much light, much blessings. Thank you so much for watching this video. And you guys have been sending me gifts. Like, let me know, because then sometimes you'll be like, oh, did you get it? And I'll get a gift, but it has no name on it. I don't know who gave it to me. I want to give you a shout out or a thank you, even if I don't mention your name. I do like to recognize people that give me things, and then I like to personally thank the person who gave it to me. So don't forget to tell me you're sending me something. One, so I could be home to get the package and know when to expect it, and God forbid something happens with the mail, because mail could be crazy sometimes. I'm aware that something's coming in the mail. All right, I'm gonna go. I have a reading in 15 minutes, so let me get ready for that. Much love, much light, much blessings. And then I think after that reading is done, I'll go eat lunch, because I kind of talked through my whole lunch break, so I will just squeeze in a quick meal. I wanted to like catch up with you guys, let you know what was going on. So, oh well, much love, much light, much blessings. Bye, 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 bye.